All right, brothers. I'm about to share one of the craziest tests I've ever used on a girl. It's dark, it's twisted, and it never fails to get a reaction. They call it the Psychopath Test. If you're listening right now, I want you to play along because in a second, I'm going to ask you a question. And your answer might reveal something about you that you didn't even know. You guys are listening to the Masculinized Show, a podcast for introverts to become more masculine and get the body of an alpha male. And of course, get more mentally healthy and get that seducer's mindset, if you get me. And lastly, I help guys become more desirable and get the mindset of a seducer. Let's get into the podcast. All right, you guys, it's time to start this episode. I want you all to do me a favor and leave me a 5-star review with words behind it, as I always say, but also more importantly, guys, I have my book on Gumroad. You can check out called How to Embody the Rake's Mindset. Check the show notes right now, okay? This is important. I want you to grab that, but more importantly, I want you all to listen to this episode today because I'm about to reveal to you guys is something that was, I'm not gonna lie, I learned it through a few other dating coaches, but really, brothers, I've used it and it is really effective, so keep listening. All right, I believe this is like love systems, but here's the thing, you guys. This is a very powerful test that I want you guys to use, okay? So keep fucking listening. Here's how you use this with a girl. You don't just drop it out of nowhere. You frame it as a little test, okay? Frame it as a little test. The moment you say the word test, something flips. She leans in. Well, why is that? Because now you're evaluating her, okay? So many of you, you're used to getting tested by girls, but this time you're flipping the script. It's time for you to start testing girls. And this is why this is so fucking powerful, because it positions you as the prize. So let's go. You're not the one dancing for approval. She is. Does that make sense? And the beauty of this test, it's not just fun. It's dark. It spikes emotions she can't hide from anyone. That's why it works every single fucking time. Here's the riddle. Picture this. While at a funeral of her own mother, a girl meets a guy she didn't know before, and instantly she's hooked. Even at her mother's funeral, she feels like this is my dream guy. But before she can get his number or even his name, he vanishes. A few days later, she kills her own sister. But the question is, why did he kill her sister? Or why did she kill his sister? Now, we're going to find out in the next part. All right, let's walk through this together. So you're at the funeral. A young woman is mourning her mother. Heavy moments, people crying, the whole room draped in sadness. But then she notices someone, a man she's never seen before, and instantly it hits her. This is the guy, her dream man. The way he speaks, the way he carries himself. Even in the middle of grief, she's drawn in, almost like love at first sight. Now here's the kicker. Before she can even get his name, before she can grab his number, he's gone, just like that, out of her life. A few days later, the unthinkable happens. The same girl murders her own sister. Now, Stop and think for a second. Why would she do that? Take a guess. Just take a quick second, you guys, and just guess. What's the reason? Don't skip ahead. Really ask yourself, why would someone kill their own sister after falling for a guy at her mother's funeral? So let's do a little recap for a second. I want you to remember this, okay? You frame this as a test, okay? You want to frame this as a test. Here's the riddle. Picture this. While at the funeral of her own mother, a girl meets a guy she didn't know before, and instantly she's hooked. Even at her mother's funeral, she feels like this is my dream guy, right? That's part one, okay? Now, remember that we get to part two, okay? The second part is we want to remember this, okay? We want to remember this. Before she can even get his number or even his name, he just vanishes, right? And the question becomes, why did she kill her sister, right? So, as we remember, a few days later, after the funeral, she kills her own sister, okay? And the question becomes, why did he kill her own sister, okay? Now, the next part, you guys, is before she can even get his name, before she can grab his number, he's out of the funeral, just like that. And a few days later, the unthinkable happens. The same girl murders his own sister, okay? Now, you tell the girl, right? Take a second guess. What's the reason? Don't skip ahead. Really ask yourself, why would someone kill their own sister after falling for a guy at her mother's funeral, right? Now we get to part 4 now of this, okay? This is where it gets fun, you guys. This is where it gets fun, okay? So here's what we're going to talk about now. You've got the riddle. It's on you. You're going to test her at this point, okay? Why do you think she killed her sister? Go ahead. Pause this podcast if you need to. Think about it, okay? Say your answer out loud. Write it down if you have to. I want you to commit, okay? Now, here's the thing. Most people don't get it right. In fact, I've told this test to tons of people, okay? Only a small percentage ever crack it. Don't worry if you get it wrong, okay? So, if you do get it right, we'll talk about that too. Now, you might want to be careful because the only people who usually nail this answer are the ones with a little bit of a higher psychopath score on the dark triad test. Now, this is what I want you to say to girls when you take them through this test. I'll say it one more time. Here's where it gets fun. You've got the riddle. Now it's on you. Why do you think she killed her sister? Go ahead. Pause this podcast if you need to. Think about it. Say your answer out loud. I want you to commit. Now, here's the thing. Most people don't get. Only a small percentage of people ever really crack the code. Okay? So if you don't get it, don't worry about it. But if you do, well, you might want to actually be careful because you might have a little bit of psychopathy in you. Okay? Now, I'm serious about that though, because here's the thing. I'd probably have to keep one eye open around you, okay? That's where you tease the girl, right? You want to tease her for getting it right. Now, remember, you want to reference the dark triad test too. This is what it keeps this slightly different from the original Love Systems one, because I want you guys to check this out. Go to my website, find my article called 5 Dark Reasons Women Test Your Masculinity, and you can take the dark triad test. Now, let's keep moving forward. Alright, so here's the real answer. She killed her sister because she figured if that dream guy knew her mom, he'd probably show up at her sister's funeral too. Think about that. That way, she'd get another shot to meet him. It's twisted, it's cold, and it's almost rational, which is exactly why it's the perfect test. Most people don't even come close to that answer, because normal people don't think in those terms. But about 5 to 10% of people, they nail it instantly. And if you're one of those people, well, I hate to break it to you, but you've probably got a little bit of psychopathic tendencies hiding there. But hey, don't worry. If you got it wrong, I can tease you for being too sweet and not having a dark side. You're not really that naughty enough for me, if you get me. If you got it right, I can tease you for being dangerous. Either way, I win. That's the beauty of the Psychopath Test. Now we're going to break this down, you guys. We're going to really break this down, okay? So why does this test work so damn well with women? It's not really about the answer. It's about everything happening while she's trying to figure it out. Here's what's going on. First point. The second you say the word test, the frame flips. You're in control of the dynamic. You're not performing for her, she's performing for you. That one shift alone makes her lean in harder. Second point, the emotions are heavy. You've got death, love at first sight, murder. It spikes her nervous system. Most guys bore her to tears. All right? You're a member of the masculine mindset game base. Even if you're not a part of my premium buyers who actually have got how to embody the Rake's mindset, you're still listening to my podcast. So you're pulling her into a story she can't ignore. Okay? That's the most important part. So listen, you guys, even though I did learn this through like someone else, it doesn't matter, you guys. I've taken this and I put a little bit of my own spin into it. Okay? Now, third point to this, right? It's no loose game. Okay? It's no loose game. If she gets it wrong, you tease and challenge her for being a little too sweet, too innocent. If she gets it right, you tease her for being a little too dangerous for you, maybe even a little psycho. Either way, you've got the material to play with, okay? And last, most important point is the eye contact. Give her strong, powerful eye contact, okay? I want you to like tell the story in like a very emotional kind of way. Make sure that you do emote and express, all right? The tension, that's where the real attraction builds. It's not the riddle, you guys. It's how you deliver it, okay? That's the secret. The Psychopath Test isn't just about shocking her with a twisted story. It's about showing her you're the one who sets the frame of the interaction, and you define the whole entire meaning of what you're going to talk to her about. Because, you guys, this is pure frame control 101. And you keep her guessing. Be a little bit unpredictable, if you get me. That's the gist of the Psychopath Test. Now you know what this is. Now, listen to me, you guys. As you know, I have other episodes where you can find, like, my own shit. Like the undeniable sequence. Check out 3 gambits to show assertiveness. With the undeniable sequence, that's all Adam. But I will say, you guys, sometimes I do learn a few things through other coaches. I'm not going to lie. But understand this, you guys. It's okay to take these tests and apply it in your own way. Because that's what I did, you guys. I applied it in my own way. Now, next time you're in a boring conversation, don't waste any time with her. And instead, I want you to start asking her on if she has taken the Psychopath Test, okay? And you'll have some interesting stuff to talk about instead of just fucking asking where she works at or like what her job title is, because that's boring. Now, drop this riddle instead. Watch her lean in. Watch her squirm a little bit. And most importantly, watch how she reacts to you being the one in control of the interaction, okay? And hey, if she gets it right, keep one eye open when you sleep. Because if she gets it wrong, well, you just found yourself a little bit of a nice girl because she's a little too sweet, clearly. Good. I mean, either way, the whole point is you're going to win. Like, it's a win-win, guys. This is why I love this fucking test, so use it. Now, if you enjoyed this, make sure that you leave me a 5-star review. And also, you guys, if you have not heard my other dating podcast, as I said, check out 3 gambits to show assertiveness on some of the other gambits. And also, one of my recent dating ones that I actually liked a lot too is how to flirt with a woman's coping mechanism. Now, brothers, listen to me. There's one more favor I want you to ask, okay? One more favor I want to ask. All right? Check the show notes and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I am working on growing that. Now, seriously, a lot of you guys don't realize that I'm on YouTube, and I would appreciate if you would find me on YouTube and just check out my channel because I do give free fitness tips. Peace the fuck out.